What is up, guys? Rick Kakas here, and today we have some really interesting Destiny 2 information, and that's because we just got some brand new information about Masterworks, talking about how exactly they work, how they're going to be improved in the future, all of the different random stat rolls, all of the different weapon types can get with them, and Masterworks armor. And this all comes from a forum post from one of the Bungie community managers. So this is all official information. And so, let's dive right into it. Now, this post was broken up into several different sections. The first one is player acquisition, and Bungie talks about some of the improvements coming to this area. Firstly, they say that we're implementing a new mechanism that we can use to limit long dry spells in Masterwork drops due to bad RNG. Sounds good. There's already a similar system in Diablo 3, where the longer you go without getting a legendary drop, you'll actually have a higher chance to get one. So you're never totally screwed by RNG. Moving on from there, they say, we will also be looking at adding some guaranteed sources of Masterworks, but we are working on a broader plan to improve prestige activity rewards, and it might wait until then. So exactly what was said there is what I think would be a great idea, is have the prestige activities, especially the prestige raid, have at least one guaranteed Masterwork drop that would much more increase the incentive to actually go and do those activities, because right now there isn't a ton of incentive. Lastly, they say we're watching overall drop rates and usage over the holiday and will adjust drop rates and material costs as needed. Alright, now moving on from there, the next section is Masterwork Inventory Management. The first point is, we're planning a fix for Masterwork cores not going to your postmaster if you're full on consumables. Obviously that would suck, hopefully they fix it soon. Next point is, to help prevent accidental loss of Masterwork cores, we're extending the dismantle timer to give players a larger window to stop the process. Now the section after that is stat bonuses. They say right now the stat bonuses are small tweaks intended for players who want to optimize very deeply. We're watching feedback and are excited to adjust or add more stat bonuses in the future. Once we have more information, we'll share our plans with you. And then they outline all of the possible stat bonuses you can get with all of the different weapon types. And remember, this is official from Bungie. If you see something with a stat bonus not on this list, it's either a glitch or that person is just lying. You may be wondering who would lie about this stuff. If I had a nickel for everyone who said they had a sleeper simulant in Destiny 1 before it was possible to get, I would have at least 5 nickels. But in any event, here is the list. Firstly, for a Masterwork auto rifle, you can get +5 range, +10 to magazine, +10 to reload, and +10 to handling. Next up, we have hand cannons. You can get Masterwork hand cannons that roll with +5 stability, +10 to magazine, +10 to reload, and +10 to handling. So it looks like that picture of a +5 impact Better Devils that was making the circuits was a simple Photoshop. Or an incredibly lucky glitch. Moving on from there, we have pulse rifles. You can get +5 to range, +10 to magazine, +10 to reload, and +10 to handling. Next up, we have scout rifles. You can get +5 to range, +10 to magazine, +10 to reload, and +10 to handling. After that, sidearms. You can get +5 to stability, +10 to magazine, +10 to reload, and +10 to handling. And after that, we have our last energy and kinetic weapon type with SMGs. You can get +5 to range, +10 to magazine, +10 to reload, and +10 to handling. Moving on to the power weapons, we start here with fusion rifles. You can roll a Masterwork fusion rifle with +5 to stability, +10 to reload, or +10 to handling. Next up, grenade launchers. You can roll a Masterwork with +5 stability, +10 to reload, plus 10 to handling, or a plus 5 to blast radius. After that, rocket launchers. You can get plus 10 to reload, plus 10 to handling, plus 5 to projectile speed, plus 5 to blast radius. And after that, we have shotguns. You can get plus 5 to stability, plus 10 to reload, and plus 10 to handling. Next up, sniper rifles. You can get plus 5 to range, plus 10 to reload, and plus 10 to handling. And then lastly, we have swords. You can get a Masterwork sword with plus 10 to magazine or plus 5 to impact. And there it is, the entire list of possible stat rolls from Masterworks according to Bungie themselves. Again, I've seen a lot of conflicting information, so there must be either a lot of misinformation out there or people are getting crazy glitches. Next up, we do have Masterwork armor discussed. Masterwork weapons seemingly are a very good idea. They've been well received by the community, I really like them, and grinding for Masterworks, you know, it feels more like Destiny 1 grinding than anything else in Destiny 2 so far, frankly. So I think it's overall a great thing. The logical next step is Masterwork armor, because frankly right now, when you decrypt an engram and you get armor, it's incredibly disappointing because all you're looking for is Masterwork weapons. Well, Bungie states that firstly, we have begun plans to add Masterwork armor as well. So that is 100% confirmed, Masterwork armor coming down the pipeline. They then say the armor bonuses will be more modest than the orb generation on weapons, in part because you have 5 armor pieces equipped at once. But, at minimum, we want to provide a much requested mechanism to change the armor stat type. Guys, that is huge. Right now, most people are looking for recovery and a little bit of resilience, and mobility armor tends to kind of fall in the wayside. There's a lot of sweet looking armor that people are not using because it's, well, frankly, usually mobility. Masterwork armor would give you a chance to change that, so you could technically use whatever armor you want by being able to re-roll it into whatever category you do want. This was a much requested thing from the community. It's good to see it being implemented through Masterwork armor. And moving on from there, there is one last section called Weapon and Armor Mods. They state that firstly, we don't have a firm ETA yet, but feedback on armor and weapon mods has been heard. At minimum, we are looking to ease inventory pressure. An example is collapsing per slot or per class mods. This is, thank goodness, right now it's impossible to have all of the mods in your inventory at once, and now your mod slots are being taken up by even stuff like ornaments for armor, which is just ridiculous. So they really need to have a better system for organizing mods in the game. They also state that finally, we're also seeking to make mods a more meaningful part of your loadout decisions. I don't know whether that means Masterwork mods or just a change to mods in general or more mods, but it's interesting that they're addressing this, and hopefully we can see what exactly these changes are going to entail soon. Personally, I would like to see the introduction of mods with downsides. So, substantially increased grenade recharge, but decreased super recharge rate. Or vice versa, or drastically increase melee recharge rate, but slower grenade recharge rate within the same mod. So you'd actually have a payoff, and you could specialize in a certain thing. If you really want to be the melee class, you can specialize in that, but you would suffer in other aspects of the game. But you would have blindingly fast charging melees, and the same would go for grenades, and the same could even go for supers. Again, it would let you specialize, which right now in Destiny 2 is kind of hard to do. Additionally, I hope Bungie toys with the idea of mods adding their own perks. You may not like weapons with Grave Robber, a perk that makes melee kills restore a portion of the magazine, but having that as a static perk for all of your weapons all the time, because its effect is added via a mod, would be really cool. And so guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. If you did, please remember to help me out by simply rating and especially sharing this video. If you guys want to see more Destiny 2 content similar to this, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. And if you guys want to get in touch with me and keep up to date with the latest channel activity, the best way is to follow me on Twitter at RickCacus. That's linked in the description down below, as is my Twitch channel, which you can also follow. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, have a good day.